my private Facebook group for students, and I realized I didn't answer a student's question that I got. I think it was on Monday. So this is about 24 hours late. So finished up dinner and came right back up here to record it. Again, doing it live, so it's just off. It's just there for you. So the question basically is, hey, what do I do now? I've got my first two properties in contract. I am thinking about self-managing them because I haven't found a good property manager yet. What do I do next? So again, I'm going to take in contract to mean that you're still haven't closed. So the first thing you need to do is to make sure you the numbers you put in up front in the spreadsheet that's part of the course. You need to make sure any rehabs, or you should do inspections. You just got to make sure there are no hidden surprises, right? Because you probably have a contingency period for inspections. It could be anywhere from a week to 15 days. I don't know what's in the contract, but just make sure, given you have two in contract, that both of them kind of fit what you expect. I'm going to assume you did the next part already, but just in case, you got to make sure your financing is locked in. If you're getting a loan, make sure all of that is going according to plan, things of that nature. So, based on the way the question was formed, I'm going to assume you're going to close on these two transactions shortly, and you may have already done the financing and the inspections, and you're all set to go. And you're like, what do I do next? First off, let's talk about the property management piece. If these happen to be close to where you live or you have boots on the ground, I am not opposed to first time landlords really seeing what being a landlord is all about. Hiring a property manager like we did costs 10%, right? It hurts the numbers. And you don't get immersed in being a landlord, right? Dealing with tenants, vetting tenants, collecting rent, filing notices, all of those things that you have to do to appreciate what it is to be a landlord. You won't be able to experience those and kind of learn if being a landlord is right for you. Because one of the things that I strongly suggest when you get these first two closed is you sit tight for at least 90 days and maybe 6 months. Because you got to make sure you really want to be a landlord, right? Because I've said it many times, it's in the course, this is a people business. And sometimes people get into it because of the numbers, because of the math, they see wealth, they see freedom. And then it's just a big hassle and a headache, and they don't enjoy it, and it detracts from their life. So I suggest that for you. So assuming you close on these two, I'm not opposed to self-management in the beginning. As your portfolio grows and you get closer and closer to exiting, hopefully you find a good property manager. They are hard to find, I get it. But it just gives you more freedom, more flexibility. Although in the beginning, when you have one or two in their houses, if you do it right, you do great tenant screening, they're really not that hard to manage. Apartments, hard to manage. Houses, not so much, assuming tenant screening is in place. But what do you do besides that, right? I just told you, congratulations, you got a couple, then don't do anything for 6 months. That's not what I said. I said don't buy anything for 6 months. Your job is to keep looking at the market, keep understanding what's going on. Take your two actual purchases and see how the numbers work, right? See what happens in your area. See if the spreadsheet that you created that said buy these is real. Maybe you're hit with additional expenses that you were not budgeting for. Maybe they're higher, maybe they're lower. Get run an actual business for 6 months. Plus, stay in the market. If you're taking my course and you're one of my students, I am huge on learning your market. That's essentially what the course is about. Don't give that up. The last thing I want you to do is get these two deals done, look at those two properties, and forget to look at your market, because your market could change in a month. Man, it could go crazy in 6 months, either up or down. So stay engaged. Keep trying to figure out what's going on. try to make your third purchase better than your first two. And now you'll be experienced. You'll have some of the scrapes and scars from being an actual landlord. And assuming this is right for you, congratulations. Getting your first one's crazy hard. Getting your second one, kind of hard. By the time you get to third and fourth one, it's not hard at all, right? In addition, keep saving your money, right? This whole thing is earn, save, invest. Now that you've got these two, you've probably depleted your capital, right? Because of down payments, maybe some repairs. So keep saving. This you got to rebuild that. I remember from our first to our second purchase was about a year. I think from our second to our third was like 9 months. So don't feel stressed because hey, I deployed my capital, I got nothing left. No, you have two rentals. Congratulations. That's what you're doing, right? The spreadsheet that you built in the course will help you and you'll get to see if it's real, right? If you thought it was 7%, after 6 months you're going to find out if it's right. Is it really a 7% return? Is it 8? Is it 6? These are all things that are going to be very, very valuable to you. And if you wait 6 months, your third purchase will be better than the first two. And then your fourth purchase will be better than the third one. And life gets really, really good from there. So that's my advice for students. If you take my course, the whole idea is dive in, learn your market. Pick an asset type, pick an area, look at it every day, every day, every day. Then you start making offers, right? If your market average is 6%, you're going to start making offers on properties at 7 or 8%. And eventually you're going to get one. Maybe as in this student's case, you get two. Close on them, become a landlord. If you can self-manage, great, but you don't have to because you've built it in the number. In my spreadsheet, there's a column for property management. So if you built it in, it's okay to have property managers. We had it since day one, since we had one house. We've always had property managers. So it's okay. But self-management, if you can, whatever. But stay in the market. You can't lose the momentum you've built to just focus on these first two because the market could change on you so fast. So that's what I have to say. I guess lastly, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed the course. I'm very happy for you buying your first two rental properties. And, if I missed the crux of your question, just leave it in the private Facebook group and I'll try to do better next time. But I hope this makes sense and I'm very proud of you. Congratulations.